better step back and win. That's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in a slot, trying to bend the corner of your limb. Getting that's your partner, then your twin.
We're back.
Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Minnesota Vikings taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. On the return, it's Taylor. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Rodgers now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see
No.
they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly,
Honestly, you
the
see
blitz
this.
that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their
But
terms.
I wish I wanted to
Second and
watch him
16.
play this. In fact, maybe I'd rather go to Lambeau Field one day.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
I
Cousins.
did thought about doing
Incomplete,
that,
right
and
side to
I
Cook.
said, like, that's a good idea for me to go to Lambeau Field. And then asked me, how can I play in Lambeau Field here? Because the next game is not going to be in Lambeau Field. It's going to be here in Minnesota. But I'm not in Minnesota where I live. I live south, like Louisiana. Y'all know me, because I told y'all the truth.
But you get your offensive linemen involved because they
Oh, he dropped it.
Run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches'
Finally,
meetings,
I was
and
able to
we're
do
walking
something
out
like
hall, you're
this.
like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look how early in the game this occurs. They block and kick. And not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Rolling to his right. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep
Come on, Devontae. Keep it. Keep it. Yep. Keep it up.
What a catch. Touchdown.
Spike that.
Packers. Devontae Adams.
Yeet.
71 yards. And the Packers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab
Well,
that
they got
ball
that
when you
6.
can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Ah, that's true. You've said that before. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah.
He go nowhere else.
He'll get this one all the
She's
way
down
to
already.
about the 35-yard line. Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll have it pass
You ain't going over to my spot. You ain't going to hit my spot.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Let's just sack this dude.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
That's about 5 yards. Oh, 3 yards? All right. So that's 2nd and 7.
Tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play? It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Let's do this. Let's go.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Here's Johnson with a reception. Touchdown, Vikings. B.C. Johnson, 35 yards. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Give me 25.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Let's go with the PA with the wide receiver.
Because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard.
Got the run down.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Pretty impressive play, scrambled out of the pocket. Now, it took some guts to throw that ball because the defender was right there.
Tells you also that his offensive line understands who he is. You don't just get one block on a play. Be prepared for 2 or 3 in order to help keep the play alive, and that allows for the completion downfield.
Right. Packers slants or zone.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rolling to his left.
Cross the line. He crossed it. Crossed it. 1st and 10. Yes.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
All right.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside. My scouting report on these DBs told me that they love love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage,
Come
not
on, bro.
zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On second down, it's Jones. Fights loose. And all the way down inside the
Next to the 1st and 10. The 1st and goal. Alright.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense
So,
breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone
score a
early.
touchdown, or I can just go for the field goal.
And put the defense back on its
But
heels.
they ain't possible for the field goal. I'm just gonna run through it. Think I can't do that? Alright. I'll show you.
Jones. And he'll take
Yep, there you go. Nobody was there.
Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They'll look to throw.
Just got here early.
So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point
No
conversions,
points, huh?
and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Sky kicked that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing
Oh,
because that
no.
drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A big play there.
Left
Cousins to
wide
Thielen, 49 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to
Yeah,
end, but how
right
about the way they
now.
flip field
It's
position
maybe
there?
on the
A
first
nice
quarter, but
attacking
guess
play.
what?
They
I'm
picked
in
up a
the
heck of a
lead
chunk of
right
yardage.
now. It's why Minnesota be last place in the like either AFC or NFC sometimes.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. B.C. Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 2. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the
Get
goal
25.
line.
Shoot, you know what? Screw it.
And not a
Really,
good return
we're
here
the
at
best
all. It's
spot
going to be
right now.
forced to start
We're
at the
below the
12-yard
10 line.
The Packers offense set to go.
Don't worry, we get this through.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is
he couldn't get it.
Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good. Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous.
He got it well, really well. One-handed, he said. Robert Tonyan.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure some...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead. He hit him earlier in this 1st quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to.
I'm going to keep trying to do this until I get it. But I know I'm gonna get you.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones.
Boom! There we go.
Into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
So when they score, we're gonna be tied.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season. What has changed? What hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your
Simple
normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
How can he kick the ball to a curve?
That one into the hands of
I understand like a baseball pitch curving, but not a football kick.
Bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn to 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it.
I don't know any Jeffersons in my family, but I know I got a lot of cousins.
And that's what they just did on that play.
Let's go over the storm brave. Come on. Let's get rid of this.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Right here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a
Mike
win,
Blitz.
but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The throw over the middle, take it in.
All right, look. Now we gotta be time. It's time!
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth.
Right now he said it's time, but I said it's the score. It's tied with 20.
They're streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Point after, right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Tony Owen? 21?
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Give it to him.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
So
because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically...
And that's caught inside the 35.
Yes.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams.
Huge play.
Yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
We laugh up in here on 1st and goal section on the Minnesota Vikings, but we're going for the Packers. We're going for the Packers. Packers gonna win this thing anyway. Watch.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Jones again, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as they have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. There's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And he is showcasing that cannon. He's done so effectively. He's got to be kind of scratching his head saying, hey, I'm using the arm well. We're down right now, though.
Yeah, and if you can figure out how much more that arm needs to be used in order to try and get into the lead, they're going to need to do some things maybe on the defensive side of the ball to slow down their opposition. But sometimes it's just a case where the wide receiver says, look, I'm going to go. You throw it as far as you can, and we'll find a way to beat whatever defense they put out there. I saw it happen when I was playing. Had one receiver, one teammate I played with, he just went, and teams knew it was coming, and he still threw it up deep, and you couldn't stop it. Sometimes you have those games.
Well, he's been hard to stop. And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And that pass puts him over 200 yards already here in the first.
And what it also does is it allows the offensive coordinator to be not selective anymore, but a little looser, right? You're feeling good about things. Accurate, balls being completed, yardage is being gained. Go ahead and keep taking shots. The whole team has confidence now. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Should clap it for boy.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On the ground, it's Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. First down. Here's Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Being chased out left. Powering his way forward. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Rodgers. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A high throw there as this is knocked away. Down and incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
How about the flag? How?
So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will fall incomplete. Took a shot on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Minnesota.
I wish I could break this controller because I know I have another one.
As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
But I can't because I have somebody coming over. So fine.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a
we might play this because he's really into football.
Feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Play action now. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down.
Overthrew it, huh?
Incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Yeah.
yards the gain, and it'll bring up
There
a
you
third
go.
down.
Pause and I said the way I say yeah.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Cousins again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Joseph's got it. And they have regained the lead.
Field goal, bro. Really?
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Steps away. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
From the 17, Rodgers buying time to his left. This is caught. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time.
Hey,
he made a good, accurate
the
throw
10,
to set up
man.
1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Down to Tomlinson. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Got a man open.
Yeah, touchdown!
Touchdown! Green
Touchdown!
Bay. Devontae Adams with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half, as his guys have now moved out in front. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
They got to do a 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. To the
Oh.
line, but it's incomplete.
I should have ran. I should have ran.
Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. To throw, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he goes out right around the 39.
Yeah, he's scared if you run away.
3rd and 4.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to
Or
be an
save
impactful
yourself.
play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
On the back of the this is intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind
of
up
bringing
for
the
grabs,
bad
and it's
boys
gonna come
back
out of the
in.
hands of the wrong team.
Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the move to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Man, Aaron Rodgers was forever be a GOAT.
With all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Cross the line, and we're back at first.
That hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners who have him for this week, oh, they're happy with what's going on. But for him leading a team, trying to win a ball game, I agree with you. Not happy at all. Trying to figure out how to up his game and inspire his teammates to do the same.
That's a true leader. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Cousins on first down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
That's close. You ain't getting no touchdown yet.
Green Bay's 15-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. We know he's good at catching.
Don't celebrate yet.
After the catch, he's got escapability.
He got 3 more lines to cross.
Well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Working out of the gun, Cousins goes right back to Smith again. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that play's not going to go in their highlight reel at the end of the season, but the only benefit to the offense, maybe a little more space if they want to throw the football now after taking that loss.
Again, it's Cook. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 4. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you. Because you always want to take him out
First
of the
and 10.
team.
I know I crossed it.
Double him, triple him, all those things.
That's why I love Aaron Rodgers so much.
Each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
And the reason why I be so quiet in a video game is because I'm trying to focus sometimes. So, feel like leaving, he could do what you want.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it is in.
I knocked it on my head!
Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays.
All right, bitch, you got something for you.
Fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Out to his left.
All right, just take this, Devontae.
Go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, contested ball.
Oh, he's up, he's down.
And he makes it all the way
First down.
to the 19. A big play there.
On the
Rodgers
other
to Adams.
side.
46 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, you know, what are we going to do?
Yep, just hold it. Just keep holding it.
The thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Escaping the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Now Jones. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Now Rodgers rolling to his left. And he will get into the end zone.
Finally.
Extend the lead by 2 more.
50.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And we're on the 2nd quarter. That's impressive.
The strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16,
to explain, I mean, we did not score 50 points on the 2nd quarter.
They actually have 2-point periods in
it's gonna show all the points that we made each quarter. Y'all gonna see one day. Not one day. Just see. Ow! I'm
out. Touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. 2nd quarter down on the scoreboard, you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
Down, boy.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A give. This is Cook. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll throw again. Cousins. They'll throw complete to Beebe.
All right, now they got a touchdown again, but they ain't reached my level.
Chad Beebe, 27 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
I'm 5 points off. So,
now Joseph tees it up to
I ain't really worried.
The touchdown. On the return, it's Taylor. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes Devontae Adams of the offense for their next drive. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver, because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
5-point game. Not bad. If it was a 1-point game, it would be shocking. So, let's go to Salem.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And he will have a first down here
first and 10.
40.
I don't care.
Now that definitely hurts, because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Oh, strong flood. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Strong flood.
On first down, Rodgers. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Rodgers now on first down. Going for it all. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devin Funchess, 28 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. I believe they buzzed down.
Oh, booth review. It's good. It was good. It was good. It was 7.5 possession. Yes.
And obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet.
They were on the purple. Calls when I say purple.
Getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying
Like purple pills that Eminem did. Purple pills. Oh, crap.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete.
He challenged stuff too much. What a prick.
On the delay, Jones. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Working from the gun.
They just say you only got a limit of challenges that you can do.
And running with power here.
And guess what? Riders is going to do the touchdown for the Packers. What a GOAT and generous dude.
Had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, as time expires in the first half. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? Or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how the first half will come to an end.
Missed it again.
So reach halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll see
just PATs.
with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we went in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. Let's get right back out to it, as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
All right, 11-point game. So we can keep up. This is 6:28, so yeah. All right, third quarter. So Mr. Crosby. Just kick.
Now to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense.
I need glasses for real. I'm telling y'all I need glasses.
Also 4 for 4. Very, very effective.
Not because I'm getting older.
Translate that forward into this.
In fact, I already got older. I just think my eyes are like messing with me. So I already know what I wanted to say.
Thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in this area.
Looks to be in that groove right now.
Headlines featuring late reads by Eminem and Apple Music.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I just about to sack you, but sack one of your players.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking...
Hold up. Sorry for pausing on this. Oh, man. Hold up, y'all. I look forward afterwards. Hold up. Be right back. I need them for my game.
Okay, for the black ones?
Yeah, the black.
Just push down our time. Looks like you don't got it. Push it down.
Yeah. Hold up. I'm back.
so far.
Cousins now to throw on first. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chris Barnes gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Getting the ball is Cook running left. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. Touchdown, Vikings. B.C. Johnson, 30 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Good.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On the return, it's Taylor. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure,
a leap, and he will make the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one.
Yards I got real quick. Oh man, about to get this. I better have more. This thing lying. The score is higher.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Well, Parker, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. Fights through, and now a crease. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Minnesota. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The kick by Joseph is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come on facing second and a bundle. Steps away. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play. A really explosive play that gets worked out and they have to start over after the
it.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now
on the
move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 42. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Out to his left. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield. 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Dancing to his left. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for Green Bay. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And that was going to be off target and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's Dalvin Cook there with a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game.
I think I might just cut the short yard and I get what we're going to do now. It is 2 after 11. I guess good night, y'all. Peace. Also subscribe if you want more of these live streams. I'm out.